What's up, guys? JJ here, and today we are checking out and summoning the new Fragment Legendary Champion, Walking Tomb Dreng. So let's check it out. We've got him right here. Fragment Summon. We've collected all our fragments without winning any tournaments. Actually, I should make a guide on that next time. How to get all these champions without using too many resources. And we got it. We've got our 100 fragments, and guess what we're going to do right now? We're going to summon that boy.
Bruh.
Dang. Let me make some room.
A few moments later.
Well, that was a little, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. Okay, so, Walking Tomb Dreng, let's hit it. Summoning Jutsu. Alright, let's see. There we go. 30,000 points for CVC, because that's the kind of clan member I am. Now, if you check out his kit, attacks one enemy 2 times on his A1, instantly activates HP burns on the target. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing an HP burn on all enemies for 2 turns. I believe it's 100% when booked. And equalizes the HP of all allies, then attacks one enemy. HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. That's actually really, really cool. Now, this is not the ability I was going for. I'm going to have to look into how to really utilize this. What we really wanted on the surface was this AoE burn, because I don't have one on the account. So if you don't have such a Flame Tongue or Ultimate Gaelic or whoever else does AoE burns, then this is a great champion to pick up if you are finishing your summon right now. Now I've got to get this guy leveled up, and we got to get some gear on him. Be right back. Okay, we've got him leveled up. We've got him mostly ascendant. Now, I ran out of potions for my banner, so we'll put a banner on later. And with the banner, we're probably going to go HP or resist. But the build I have him in is not an in-game build. It's not bad, but it's the gear I had sitting around. Basically, we know that his AoE HP burn is not going to be resisted, so we don't need accuracy. What you need is HP, and some speed helps here. So what I put him in was Relentless set, and Relentless is just going to give more and more and more turns, which kind of compensates for maybe not having the best speed on him. But if you wanted to do something like a stun set and take advantage of some CC while you're using his AoE, that could work. But basically, the cool thing about this champion is he does not need a lot HP and speed. A champion with an AoE HP burn and you don't have to put accuracy on, that leaves room for a lot more. So what I have is a Relentless set and a speed set, and his gauntlet is HP. His chest is HP, and a speed boot. Now, I would definitely go speed boot and HP chest for pretty much anything you're rocking. The gauntlet's got some flexibility. If you want to get some crit rate out of him for some extra damage, you can go crit rate as well. But I'm really just counting on his HP burn damage. Now, a little tip for you low spenders, free-to-players out there. This middle row here is the row you want to 16. This is where you get the biggest swings in stats, because they're percentage stats if you're gearing your champions well. Your top row is going to be flat stats, so you're not going to get quite as much out of those or out of your accessories. So we want HP on the accessories as well. Now, this is not the craziest build. I think this is a good video for the mid-game player, and honestly, I think this champion is a good champion for the mid-game player. If you are fully in-game and you've got a different AoE burner, this probably isn't the champion for you. You probably didn't need to go for this guy. But if you're trying to work your way up, especially if you're really farming through Spider, trying to get to like a level 20 so you can farm that 5 and 6 star gear, this is going to be the guy for you. So you can see I've got no crit rate on him. He's 170 speed. We'll probably kick that up eventually. But every champ you have pretty much needs to be 170 speed or more. So we're just barely hanging in there. Now his HP is 67,000, which is not bad. We can squeeze a little more out of that. And he's got no accuracy because he doesn't need it. Alright, now let me go back to the skills, because there's a couple things I didn't point out. His passive ability reflects 30% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker if this champion has 50% HP or more. So another reason we want an HP on the build, but not only does he have this ability where he manipulates the HP and his damage is based on HP, but we've got this cool passive where he's reflecting damage if he has 50% HP or more. Now, if he doesn't have 50% HP or more, then he deals 30% extra damage, which is not bad either. So really cool passive. And let's see what we can do with him here, because what we really want to see is where he'll shine, which is going to be Spider and Hydra. Now, I don't think I'm going to do a Hydra run today, because honestly, if you're like me, I don't like Hydra. I run it on like the last day because I go, oh shoot, I guess I got to run Hydra. But we will go into the dungeons. We got a spider tournament going on right now, and I'm going to go to 20 because I think that's a good spot. Like, you guys should really, if you're coming up in the game, you want to know where your checkpoints are. And I would say some good places for you to work towards are stage 10, because that's the first one where you don't get 3-star gear anymore. And then again, probably 16 is the next checkpoint because that's before energy goes up. And then stage 20 on every dungeon is the first stage where you only get 5 and 6-star gear. So we're going to farm 20 here. Now, I think my best time ever is like a minute and a half. That team was not 100%, so I don't run it anymore. My normal spider team is right here. I've got Geo for an HP burn and turn meter. And I've got Ninja because he has that random HP burn, which gets me through, but it doesn't help as much as I'd like. So we're going to see what Walking Tomb Dreng looks like in that spot in a minute. We got Cold Heart because Cold Heart. Miscreated Monster for the big shields and the stun to keep the spiders at bay. And so the Drakes for another AoE stun and her revive. So let's go ahead and I want you guys to see what I'm doing on this run, what the damage is, and we'll see how it changes when I switch out Ninja, who only puts out 3 burns, with Walking Tomb Dreng for the AoE. And this is full auto, 100%. The spiders will go after the weak affinity here, which is Geomancer. And the only question is how long will it take and what damage does everybody do? So it's Geo putting a burn. Why did he do that? That's the dumbest AI thing I've ever seen. Always put the burn on the boss. Like, he stole the turn meter of the spider. I've never noticed that before. That's silly. So now she might get a chance to heal. And we're back. That actually, time-wise, was one of my worst runs with this team. We're usually probably somewhere around 3 minutes, but we hit it in 4:12 because stinking Geomancer took the wrong turn meter. But let's see the damage. We've got Geo with 2.8 million, Ninja 2.6, Cold Heart with a big 4.6 million damage, Miscreated Monster stunning those spiders, 1.3 million. So the Drakes also stunning those spiders, 1.3 million damage. All right, so no big standouts besides Cold Heart with almost 5 million. Let's go back, and all we're going to change is get more HP burn. So instead of the random HP burn I've been using from Ninja, let's get our boy Walking Tomb Dreng, and then I'm going to switch because His HP aura is 25% there for Geomancer, but if I switch, we've got 30% HP aura for Walking Tomb Dreng. And that's it. I'm not going to change anything else. I'm going to leave the AI. And let's see what we do here. Hey, HP burn is on and ticking. Look at it go. And he's not even booked yet, so we didn't get the 100% HP burn. We're at 75 right now. HP burn's ticking again. We're already at like almost halfway down the damage. All we need is a good Heart Seeker from Cold Heart. Yeah, there we go. 50% down. Almost all from HP burns now. That's crazy. And burns back on. That ought to be enough burns to tick him all the way down. And if you don't know how to get the spiders to focus on one person, it's you want low HP and high defense or weak affinity. We have both on this Geomancer. But we've got a little bit to go. And this should do it. Attack, lose health. Attack, lose health. Boom. Okay, so we cut our time in half, and let's look at the damage. Now we've got Walking Tomb Dreng with a big 4.4 million damage. Geo gets a little bit less this time around with 1.9. Cold Heart doesn't get as much because she doesn't have to. Miscreated with about 600,000. So is Soul of the Drake. So this got done faster, which means these other champions that didn't get to do as much damage on the boss or didn't have as much time to do damage didn't really do it. But Walking Tomb Dreng with a big 4.4 million, and we cut our time in half. So I think that's solid, and I think this is a good showcase for a mid-game player. If you're in-game, you probably don't need this guy because you probably got a different AoE HP burner. I've been unlucky in that regard, so I did go ahead and pick this guy up from the Fragment Summon. But there you go, guys. Very mid-game build. Again, let me show you. Just if you're struggling through where to put your resources on a build, focus this middle row, because this middle row is the only one that doesn't have flat stats, so you're going to get the biggest difference from going to 12 to 16. If you have to leave that top row or the accessories at 12 for a little while, no big deal. But anyways, there you go, guys. If you're a mid-game player working your way up, especially if you're trying to gain some traction on Spider, this is probably the guy for you. Great champion to have. If you're in-game and you've got some different AoE burners, maybe you're not so interested, but the cool thing is you don't have to build them with accuracy, so the potential with the gear combos that you can do is way higher. Anyways, that was my showcase of Walking Tomb Dreng. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped you out. And if it did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace!